Hello and welcome everybody. My name is Nick, one half of the co-founders of The Journey, and we're going to start a new segment kind of within the company, and we're basically going to take specific topics that we write about, and basically just common knowledge kind of stuff that everybody's kind of looking for. And we're going to start talking about it in a video because you guys read a lot of our stuff. You see a lot of our posts on Instagram and Facebook, but you guys don't really get a personalized video where you guys get to interact with us or see how we are and feel the emotion that we talk with when it comes to the passion that we emit with our company and for Journey itself. So today we're going to talk about three of the most common questions that Linda and I get when it comes to being vegan and basically running our own company here. So the first one is always, 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 you're vegan. Where do you get your protein from? Pretty simple. We get it from plants, okay? We're vegans, we get it from plants. And a lot of people think that you cannot get protein from plants. But it's actually the complete opposite. They think that the protein comes from animal products and stuff like that. The animals play the middleman, okay? All proteins come from plants, okay? So when the animal eats the protein, you eat the animal, you ingest the protein from the animal, which is actually horrible for you. The proteins that you ingest contain new 5GC, endotoxins, steroids, antibiotics, all these different things that you're also consuming with these animals, right? So what we do is we just skip the middleman and we go straight to the source, right? Plants like broccoli or legumes or lentils or tofu, tempeh, seeds, nut butters, all these things are incredibly good for you, and they are healthy sources of protein. A lot of them contain fat as well. And these are healthy fats, monosaturated and polysaturated. But going back to the protein, okay, these are where we get our protein from, right? I focus a lot of my diet around tofu and tempeh, especially living out here in Bali. There's an abundance of it. I have pumpkin seeds on my oats every morning. Gives me my proteins and my carbs. Obviously, I have my protein powder, which is completely plant-based and pea protein. And these are the things that we focus around, peanut butters and almond butters and all these kinds of things. So those are where we get our proteins from, and they are a much better source of pure protein as well, because every protein, all right, you want it to have proteins are consistent basically of amino acids, okay? There are 20 amino acids that are in a protein. 9 of those amino acids are considered essential because your body does not produce them itself, okay? So you need to get them through your diet. What I was surprised to find out is that not only does all protein come from plants, but all plant protein has all 20 amino acids in it and all 9 essential amino acids in varying proportions. So if you get all of your protein from plants, you are able to get all of the amino acids that you need in quality proportions that you don't even need to worry about having possible deficiencies or anything like that, right? And this leads us into the second question, which is, how do you guys base your macronutrients, right? Now, being in Bali, we don't really have the ability to track exactly what goes into our bodies because, it's cheaper to eat out at restaurants than it is to actually cook for yourself here. So when we are ordering food from, restaurants, we don't know what oils they are cooking with. We always order from vegan restaurants, so it's always vegetable oil or coconut oil or sunflower oil, whatever it is, right? But when it comes to a whole food plant-based diet, you're trying not to take in any oil or products, right? So we want to, at least when we get back to Germany, we're going to completely cut out oils. We'll be consuming everything ourselves and being able to track our macros, okay? But when it comes to a basic split of what you're looking for when it comes to consuming macros, it's always based on yourself and based on your body type and what your goals are. That's the most important thing, is what are your goals? I think the most common one that you would see likely is probably 55% carbs, roughly 25% protein, and 20% fat. That's usually what the breakdown is. That's what I would recommend if you were going to start, a plant-based diet and track your macros and stuff like that. But if you're looking to put on more weight, or put on a lean bulk, you want to have a little bit more protein and a little bit more fat, a little bit less carbs. If you're trying to do a cut or lose body fat, then you want to definitely up your protein and you definitely want to reduce your fat. Okay, whatever you're trying to do is basically going to be based on what your goals are as an individual, rather than what he or she said, because what may have worked for them might not work for you at all. So this is why it's completely subjective to yourself and what you're trying to accomplish. And the third question that we get the most is, how do you guys stay motivated? And this is not just motivated to the gym lifestyle that we have, or motivated to the journey itself, or motivated to our diets. It's like a conglomerate of all three things. Like, how do you guys stay motivated? You guys are in Bali. There's so much distraction out there for you, or, we work. I predominantly work from my phone, so there's a lot of distractions on my phone. Like, how do I stay committed to doing my work and all this kind of stuff? And simply put, I mean, you kind of put yourself into a mindset where, you are not just responsible for yourself, because Linda and I are not only, in a relationship together. We have this dream of the journey and what we want to scale it to. Like, this keeps us more accountable than ever when it comes to working hard and staying committed to what we do. When it comes to a plant-based diet, the more whole foods that you eat and the better off you feel, the more the way it becomes way easier for you to be able to stick to it, because your body feels so good, and you're not going to want to ruin the way that you feel by going and having a chocolate cake over here, or having a rum and coke over there, or going out and getting drunk, whatever you want to do, right? Like, because you feel so good after being on this diet for just a very short period of time, you have all this energy, and your recovery time starts to get better in the gym, and you have this new way of life that is just making you feel so good. You do not want to do anything to ruin that, right? So when we started, we put our noses down, and we stuck straight and narrow to our diet, and we felt amazing. And from there on out, it's like, why would I want to go backwards? Why would I want to do something that does not help me feel the way that I do, right? It makes absolutely no sense. So the easiest part is definitely when it comes to the diet, because your palates change first and foremost, and you feel so good that you don't want to do anything that ruins it, okay? When you combine that with a fitness lifestyle, I mean, my goodness, tell me one person that feels awful after they go to the gym. I mean, it just doesn't happen. Like, going to the gym, releasing that stress, getting your endorphins going, getting that pump going, you feel and look so good when you're at the gym. That's another feeling that you don't want to lose, right? Now, the toughest part of going to the gym is actually getting there. Once you're there, it's super easy. And there's days, I'm not gonna lie, there's days that we don't feel like going to the gym, but we know that for our body and for our mind, and not only that, but for the journey, we need to be going out and doing these types of things. It's not always easy, all right, but we know exactly what has to be done, and we've been living this lifestyle for a long time now, and it becomes second nature. The days where we don't go to the gym, we allow ourselves one day off a week, and those days that we are not at the gym, we're usually looking at each other like, you want to go to the gym? Like, because it's so ingrained in us that we want to be able to continue to enjoy that kind of stuff. But usually on these days that we're not going, we're planning out, we plan a trip to a waterfall, or we plan a trip to a rice terrace, or we plan a trip to, or we plan on going to a special event that we have going on where we know that we're not going to be going to the gym, right? So we plan our breaks around these things, and that's also super important. Is if you know that you are going to be needing a break, or you feel that your body is breaking down and you need to take a little bit of rest, absolutely press the reset button and recharge. Take a day off, take a mental day, right? It's not something that's talked about very often in today's day and age, or not talked about enough, is the fact that like you need mental days as well. It's not just physical days from the gym. Some days you just need a mental break. You need to sit down, you need to relax, you need to watch a movie, you got to go get a massage, which we do at least once every 2 weeks. And you just got to relax every once in a while, and the third thing that we stay motivated to is the journey itself. And we make each other very accountable for what goes on. I'm more so part of the content creation, and although this is the first video, it's going to be one of very, very many to come. So I take pride in myself being able to write 2 or 3 blog posts a week that we can get up onto the website. And there's a lot of things that go into that, learning about SEO and learning about keywords and keyword phrases and long tails and short tails and all these different things. There's a lot of knowledge that goes into it. It's not just as simple as writing a blog and writing stuff down and then just putting it on a website and hoping that people are going to click on it. Like there's strategic ways that have to go about this, right? So I'm constantly evolving, constantly trying to learn. Linda and I both had this epiphany last week where we figured that we were doing everything all wrong, so we had to restructure everything on the blog, right? By the way, go to www.FutureKind.com and check out all of our new blog posts. They've been enhanced for your readability and the SEO searches, so please go check them out. These videos are going to be posted on our stories, on our Instagram, on our Journey, which can all be found at The Journey. Make sure that you subscribe to our YouTube channel, which is at The Journey as well, and stay up to date with all of our upcoming videos. We hope that you guys stay in touch. Be sure to comment and leave us some comments below. If you guys have any questions that you guys want answered, be sure to write them in the comments below, and we will be more than happy to answer anything that you guys have. All right? Take it easy. Have a great day.